Carbondale. Good morning, Carbondale. How y'all doing today? Happy Monday morning. You are tuned into WDBX 91.1, and this is Talk of the Town. I am your host, Eva Fisher, Public Relations Officer for City of Carbondale. So, coming in here for you every Monday morning to get you cued in to what's going on around the City of Carbondale. So, I have a wonderful guest from SIH in here with me today, Mary Jarvis. But before I hop into conversation with her, just want to give you a quick couple announcements of some things. So today is National Dog Day. Woof woof, how wonderful. We all love our little furry friends, dogs. And I wanted to let you know, if you weren't aware, there's a Pet Safe Carbondale Community Dog Park located at 2500 West Sunset Drive in Carbondale. So this is an awesome place. You can take your dogs to run around, get to enjoy some fetch and some nice zoomies and whatnot. So just want to let y'all know you could go celebrate National Dog Day at the Pet Safe Carbondale Community Dog Park today. How fun is that? And we had another awesome Off the Rails concert this past weekend. Doom Gong and local artist Jeremy Todd played, and what a wonderful show. So we have, a few more coming up. The next one is going to be on September 7th, New Breed Brass Band, and then local opener, the J Sound. And then we have some awesome, extra festivities with the following ones. On September 28th, we're going to have a band called Off the Rails, playing at Off the Rails, and a group called Unchained. And this concert is also going to be the day of our Hips, Hops, and Shrooms Festival. And so that's going to be a really exciting all-day event where people can learn about hemp and cannabis and how to forage and cook the local mushrooms. And we're going to have folks from the SIU Fermentation Sciences Department and the Cannabis Department there with demonstrations and presentations. And it's just going to be a really educational, eventful, fun, free, family fun, all day long. So September 28th. The show after that is going to be in collaboration with the SIU Alumni Association, River Radio, Carbondale Main Street. We are going to be bringing the Off the Rails concert to you on the downtown Carbondale Strip. We're shutting down the Strip for an awesome homecoming extravaganza. And then we'll end with our Halloween show, the People Brothers Band and Ernie Johnson from Detroit. And there's still opportunity to sign up as a vendor for these events. If you are interested, if you're a local artisan or a business or a food vendor, you can contact the folks at Carbondale Main Street. You can email them at info@carbondalemainstreet.com, or if you visit their Facebook page or website, you'll find a vendor form that you can fill out so that you can set up and vend at these events. Now, one more deadline we have coming up. The city is searching for members for a rental housing unit licensing committee. So this is a committee to talk about different standards and operational procedures for rental housing. So if you have any interest in being a part of this committee, you can send a letter to Mayor Carolyn Harvey. Her email address to send this to is charvey@carbondaleil.gov. We also have this info on our city Facebook page, City of Carbondale Government. So if you have any interest in being a part of this, the deadline for this is coming up. August 29th is when you'll need to get that letter of interest sent in. All right, now without further ado, I would love to introduce you to our guest today. I have Mary Jarvis from SIH with me. Hi Mary, how are you?
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on today.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Yeah, sure thing. So you have some wonderful opportunities coming up for citizens, for people who have been patients of SIH. So first, how about you tell us all what you do with SIH?
So I'm Mary Jarvis, like you said, and I'm the Perinatal Outreach and Lactation Coordinator at Memorial Hospital of Carbondale. I have been with the Women and Children's Department for about 16 years now. I do a lot of quality and safety work. That's part of my job to improve the health and well-beings of mothers and child.
Wonderful. That's awesome. That good needed work, and I just love the community support you're able to provide with all of that. Now, I wanted to bring you in here today so you could tell us about an event coming up this Wednesday on August 28th, the Respectful Care Breakfast.
That's right. So we have a Respectful Care Breakfast that is on August 28th. It's from 9 to 10:30. It is free, but it is for members who have been in the birthing process. Either they're in their pregnancy right now, or they've had a baby in the last 2 years. This also includes our NICU moms, because we extended out to them because the whole purpose of a Respectful Care Breakfast is for their patients and family members to provide feedback of their hospital experience, and provide suggestions on how we can improve on patient care and our quality improvement with it. And we need the patient's voice. So whether it's the patient or the family member themselves that want to come and join us, maybe it's small things like, hey, I didn't even know where to go. The signage needs to be better. Or to some of the things that we've already done, like one of the suggestions from the patient care breakfast also came just to develop a consent form that I didn't feel as rushed. So we've changed that process, and where the provider is now going to explain it in their provider's office. We're working on, it's kind of like in the infancy of the project, but we're still working on it, and just things that have came from the patient's voice on improving quality care.
Awesome. Yeah, how wonderful. And that's so exciting to hear that, because this is a series, right? You've done this in the past. You've already had one this year and another one coming up in the late fall.
Yes, actually this is our second year into it.
Okay.
So that we started this with the Respectful Care Breakfast kind of started with, it's called Illinois Perinatal Quality Collaborative, and it's a network of perinatal clinicians, nurses, hospitals, patients, public health leaders. I mean, the list goes on and on, but the aim of their project is to improve equitable outcomes and reduce disparities for moms and babies in Illinois.
Yeah.
So, of course, Memorial Hospital of Carbondale is so proud to be a part of their collaborative, and there are many initiatives that come out of this. And the Birth Equity Initiative is one of them that was just to implement and engage hospitals such as Memorial Hospital of Carbondale to implement strategies to address maternal health disparities and promote birth equity. One of those is the patient's voice, and how can we change things around and make it better for our patients and receive more equitable care.
Yeah, I love that y'all make sure to, take the time to hear the patient's voice, and in an opportunity such as this, hey, come have a free breakfast and get to develop this network of other community members who are going through the same experience you are currently or have gone through this experience. And yeah, really be able to get your voice heard and uplifted in that way.
Absolutely, and it's very low key. I mean, we try to make it really relaxing. It's not a stiff environment. We just want people to really, we want to hear their voice and how we can make change, equitable change, and how we can really support the patient's voice.
Yeah, wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, so this next one coming up, the Respectful Care Breakfast, August 28th. From 9 to 10:30 a.m. at the SIH Center for Family Medicine. That's located at 300 West Oak Street, Carbondale. And I love that you emphasize on the flyer here, babies and children are welcome to attend.
Absolutely.
They're a part of this experience.
That's right, that's right. Well, we want to, because we try to make it a time where moms have already, if they have previous children, have already dropped off them to school or anything like that. And then they're looking for a breakfast, but of course they may still have young ones still at home. So of course, if they've delivered in the last 2 years, they still have a little one. So we try to make it very convenient. And we're looking at maybe even changing the time to kind of maybe some evenings, kind of switch it up too, to make sure that everything is kind of fair and consistent with getting the voice.
Absolutely, yeah. Those parents who might have to drop the kid off and then go straight to work.
Straight to work.
May not be able to come to this breakfast. If you're interested in attending this Wednesday, you can RSVP to Mary Jarvis, who I'm sitting here talking to, at 618-549-0721, the extension 65252. 618-549-0721, extension 65252. We will have this info shared on the City of Carbondale Facebook page, not too terribly long after this interview today, so you'll be able to find this info on our city Facebook page.
Well, thanks for sharing. I appreciate that.
Yes, absolutely. Well, yeah, this is such, a vital thing. Healthcare, we all need it. We all use it here in this community. None of us, it's not a resource that's just for some people. It's for everyone here.
Right, and it's forever changing. Healthcare in itself is forever changing. It's always, this thing that what's new, what's next, But we also have to think of that patient's voice in what's new and what's next, including like our quality improvement.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, what kind of, I'm just always so interested in hearing people's, story of how they kind of got to the position that they're in. So kind of what led you to this healthcare position you're in now?
Well, I've been with SIH for 21 years. I actually started in the step-down unit of Memorial Hospital of Carbondale, and then I wanted to be a little bit closer to home after I had my little one, my first one. So I moved to Heron Hospital, but the very first time I'm in nursing, I saw a birth. I knew that's where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
It was euphoric after I saw it. I was just so in a natural high of this is something that I would love to be a part of. But I tried to get my foundation of nursing first, and then once I was able to apply for a position, I was a labor and delivery nurse for several years, and then became lactation certified and was a counselor and helping moms as well. And then perinatal outreach is just a lot of quality and safety, and how we can improve patient care is just really, I love it, and I want to make sure that, women and children are safe, and we're doing the most evidence-based stuff in our hospital, which we are. I mean, we are the top of the line.
Yeah, that is so wonderful. So what are some other ways that patients, let's say they can't attend this breakfast, what are some other ways that they can reach out and be a part of this voice and this feedback?
So that is a great question, because I'm so happy you asked that, because one, they can even contact me via the phone that you also provided earlier. They can also email me at mary.jarvis, Jarv as in Victor, IS as in Sam, at SIH.net. Or we also have a monthly birth equity meeting, which again, that birth equity is to engage patients in involvement, as well as nursing staff and providers on the quality improvements of women and children. So they can be a member of that. And we also have, it is also called an SE project, so Equitable Safe Sleep for Infants. So they can be a part of that as well. Again, all these initiatives are to improve the quality and well-being of women and children.
Amazing. It excites me to hear about these offerings and these programs, because I think that sometimes healthcare can feel very overwhelming and intimidating for folks.
Very much with the intimidation, I know a lot of patients, they don't know what they don't know, and it's really hard for them to make a decision, and that's a lot on, how do we make them to have an educated decision, and evidence-based, you have options, and making sure the patients know these options. I mean, that's part of this program too, so.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just kind of want to ask if you could perhaps provide a scope for our listeners when we talk about birth equity. What all are we talking about under that umbrella?
So I'm sure a lot of people have heard about equitable care. So equitable care is not everybody gets the same box to stand on in order to see the baseball game.
Yep.
It's this patient may need a shorter box, this patient may need a bigger box, and this patient may need a medium box. How do we give them what they are in need of, as opposed to let's just make it equal across the board? So some patients need transportation issues, some patients may need some housing issues, but not all patients need housing issues or transportation issues. And that's where, I'm also a part of the Social Determinants of Health Committee. We need to make sure in our wheelhouse, in our patient's wheelhouse, what are the needs that are needing before they leave the hospital. And we need to make sure that those patients in the social determinants of health, like I said, we look for transportation, we make sure they have food or water. Is it, a smoking issue or a drug issue? How can we help them go to the next step? And, so we ask them, what do they have already, and what can we help them what they don't have?
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, and just hearing that you're already able to implement some of these things from these conversations already. So this is really vital, making sure that people know they have this opportunity for their voice to be heard, and then just however those folks can be encouraged to actually share their voice. Like, hey, we want to hear it, like, we're serious about that request.
We are really, we are looking for moms who have had a baby in the last 2 years, moms who have had their baby in the NICU within the last 2 years, or even pregnant moms, because maybe their voice is like, I didn't know this, and how can we improve this before we get to the hospital?
Absolutely.
So it's a combination of prior to pregnancy and after delivery, like straight after delivery, and then up to 2 years. It's like, what changes can we make?
Yeah, wonderful. Just with where we're at, and being, I'm so happy that SIH down here in Southern Illinois is part of this broader Illinois initiative, because sometimes in rural communities and underprivileged communities, people can feel like perhaps those get overlooked. And so here's a nice spotlight on all of that.
Absolutely. So I am very, very proud to be a part of Southern Illinois, and for Memorial Hospital of Carbondale to be the southernmost delivering hospital in the state of Illinois. And it's so funny because every time I'm on these initiative calls, I make sure that people are aware that we are in a rural area, that not everything we have in our hands like Chicago might have or anything like that. So, what may work for them may not work for us in the rural area. So it's great to have my voice for Memorial Hospital of Carbondale to make changes in our rural area.
Yeah, that's fantastic. To make sure that this rural area has that equity. Like, hey, we're gonna need some different boxes down
That's
here
correct.
in Southern Illinois.
We need different boxes than a suburb of Chicago would need. So it's just great. It's great to work with different hospitals. I always say we share seamlessly and steal shamelessly.
Yeah.
Never reinvent the wheel. There are other hospitals that have great ideas that we can help with our patients even down in Southern Illinois, and we have also made change in different hospitals, even coming from our rural hospital, Memorial Hospital of Carbondale.
That is so awesome. Yeah, it's so good to be able to share those experiences of what works and what doesn't through those networks of different hospitals to just make us stronger here in Southern Illinois when we are the southernmost. So there's lots of communities here then coming to Carbondale for their birthing experience.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. And there's so many great resources that we have in Southern Illinois, and that's the reason why we want to make sure it's known out to the community. Recently, we just had a Baby's Best Start Fair. It was amazing. We had over 20 vendors and resources. Basically, the resources are out for our patients who are about to have a baby or just recently had a baby, that they may not know what is out there for resources for them. And so it was a great collaboration with all those other resources here to make sure the patients have what they need.
Yeah, fantastic. Like, the old adage goes, it really does take a village.
Absolutely.
So I'm so happy to see so many people in this community putting forth efforts to let people know they're not alone. Perhaps maybe you don't have the family here or the support system here built in your friends and family network, but there's so many community members eager to help, and institutions like SIH eager to help.
Family dynamics are different, and I mean, we are also in a university town as well, so the dynamics might be different for their support there as well. So we are just wanting to make sure that everybody knows that we're out to support you, and resources that are out there that also can support you. Like you said, it really takes a village.
Yeah, absolutely. And everyone's, I'm always so blown away. I don't have any children, but talking to my friends and family who have children, and everyone's birth experience and story is so wildly different. Like it's just rare that you talk to two people who have birthed a child into this world who have a similar story.
Yeah, and I always make sure that people, so someone's birth experience or story is their story. Don't make it yours. Because, I mean, what they may have gone through or their journey or anything can be completely different from what you go through, excuse me. And then also the other thing is I've had 2 children myself. My experience were different in just the 2 children alone.
Yeah.
So, your first experience might be quite different from your second or third experience as well.
Yeah, wild to think, even if you're like, all right, not my first rodeo having my second kid, but you still don't really know what's in store potentially.
That's correct. I mean, you might honestly, like after you give your birth, you know a little bit what to expect, but there's other things that, other different measures that can be happening and everything like that.
Yeah, how fantastic. Everyone, if you're just tuning in, I'm talking to Mary Jarvis from SIH, and we're talking about the upcoming Respectful Care Breakfast this Wednesday, August 28th from 9 to 10:30 a.m. at SIU Center for Family Medicine. So this is a chance for patients and family members who want to give feedback about their hospital experience to come to this free breakfast and be able to do just that.
Yeah,
so
we want to hear your voice to see what kind of changes we can make, quality changes that will improve or your experience for the next time or someone else's experience.
Absolutely. So I'm sure that, with your years that you've had there at SIH, you probably have some, some stories to tell. I would love to hear what's something over your time at SIH, and perhaps it's come from this feedback or something, but do you have any sort of like success story from this that you would maybe want to share?
So there's a lot of success stories, that patients have given us to improve anyone's quality. We also, our story started because at SIH they have a patient and family advocate committee. So I went to them and said, hey, I love what you guys are doing. You guys are improving patient care. However, it is not our patient population that they were improving. And Memorial Hospital Carbondale is the only birthing center for SIH. So I came to them and I said, hey, I want to make a difference too. Our Women's and Children's Department wants to make a difference. So we created a subcommittee for that, and that is where like the Women and Children's Equity and Advocacy Committee kind of birthed. So we started that, and I was so excited to get this rolling. I really feel our Respectful Care Breakfast has done really well. We've had some amazing turnouts with community partners and patients, and one of huge success is just working with the community doulas on creating a low risk labor class to assist the nurses in additional support to the patients. So that is, just an amazing thing that our birthing center and community partners are working together for the common goal of the health and well-being of the children.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah, I love just the community collaborative efforts. I recently had Chastity Mason here from the little resource center, and she's a doula here in this community.
She is amazing. We have worked and partnered with her for several projects and everything like that, including working with the community doulas with this low risk labor class and helping our nursing staff. They were also a part of the Baby's Best Start Fair. Again, another great community resource available to our patients and women who are had a baby or just about to have a baby. We want to get that working community partnership going and making sure that everybody knows we're all on the same page and we're all here to fight for equitable care.
Yeah, that is so fantastic. What's your favorite part of the job? Like, what's like the day in, day out? You're like, this is what gets me going in every day.
Seeing moms and babies that are very happy, and you know their care. We get numerous feedback on how special their care was, or how special their nurse was, and everything like that. So that's really, really great. That we just have that collaboration and good standing with our patients.
Yeah. Oh, how lovely. And it's cool sitting here listening to you and just thinking about, like, wow, that is then that baby coming into this world. I'm like, wow, their first experience within the Carbondale community, starts there at SIH, starts there with that care. And so just really cool and special to hear about that positive impact and those constant changes, how it's constantly evolving to make our newest community members start as easy and seamless as possible.
Absolutely. It's just like the fair. How do we give this baby the best start to life? How do we give, and that does not only for the child itself, but for mom and their significant other or their support person. How do we give them their support that they need in order to give this child the best start?
Yeah, absolutely. Goodness, how cool. Oh, babies. New life, man. Gotta love it.
Hey, it's pretty amazing.
It really is.
It's pretty amazing to kind of see that whole process to come to fruition. And, like I said, I've had 2 of my own, and it was quite an experience just from start to finish, and just think, how does that little one even fit?
Yeah, it is bewildering. It's nothing short of a miracle.
It really is.
Pretty
wild. You're literally creating a whole new life.
Yeah.
That itself, if you really want to get the nitty gritty, that itself, women are amazing and strong, and them to create this whole another human being is empowering.
Oh, how awesome. Well, Mary, thank you so much for coming on today, talking about this work that y'all do. Again, the Respectful Care Breakfast on Wednesday, August 28th. You can reach out to Mary at 618-549-0721, extension 65252 to RSVP to attend this. Well, thank you again. I really appreciate you coming on and all the work you do. To all of you out there making new life, way to go. Y'all are incredible. All right, well, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me and letting us get the patient's voice out.
For sure. We appreciate you setting up that opportunity to do so. So you can find all this info on our city Facebook page later today. And up next here, y'all will be listening to Class Matters. Thanks so much for tuning in to Talk of the Town. I'll chat with y'all next Monday morning.